How to win any argument in English without sounding rude. Have you ever argued in English and halfway through realized you were wrong, but your pride told you to keep talking? I remember that moment clearly. I was standing in the office kitchen debating with my British coworker about whether British tea or Vietnamese coffee is stronger. My grammar slipped, my confidence cracked, but I smiled and said quietly, "That is a fair point." Somehow that simple phrase saved me. It made him smile, too. The argument ended not in silence, but in laughter. That day, I learned something powerful. In English, winning a conversation does not always mean being right. Sometimes it means staying calm. Today, I will show you how to win any argument in English without sounding rude. You will learn 5 phrases that help you sound confident even when you are wrong. Welcome to Learn English Listening. I am Lydia. On this channel, we do not just study English, we learn how to use it to sound smart, calm, and kind in real life. Here, language is not a test. It is a bridge between people. Before we begin, tell me where you are watching from. What time is it there? Are you an early morning learner or a night owl? I love to know where these lessons travel, because in the next few minutes, you will not only collect new English phrases, you will learn how to speak with a heart that stays steady. You will learn to turn tension into understanding. And when the next argument comes, you will not freeze. You will breathe. You will speak. And you will connect. That is how we truly win. For many English learners, the hardest part of speaking is not vocabulary. It is fear. The fear of sounding foolish. The fear of being misunderstood, bored, the fear of losing face in front of others. Have you ever felt your heart beating faster than your English vocabulary? That moment when words disappear and your thoughts turn into silence. You try to defend your idea, but your accent sounds strange. Someone interrupts you, and you smile even when you want to explain more. I know that feeling. I lived it for years. When I first moved abroad, every conversation felt like a small battle. I measured every word before saying it. My voice was soft, my sentences short. I thought if I avoided mistakes, people would respect me. But something strange happened. The less I spoke, the smaller my voice became. Silence did not protect me. It hid me. One day, after another failed meeting, I asked myself, what if I stop trying to sound perfect and start trying to sound present? That question changed everything. I realized that people do not remember perfect grammar. They remember your energy, your honesty, and how you make them feel. You are not bad at English. You are simply too polite to fight, and that is not a weakness. It is your secret strength. From today, I want you to see English not as a test of correctness, but as a dance of connection. When someone disagrees with you, you are not in a fight. You are in a moment of growth. Each phrase you speak can be an act of courage. And the next time you feel that fear, pause, breathe. Then remember, you do not need to win the argument. You just need to win back your calm. Let us unlock 3 English phrases that make you sound confident even when you are wrong. These are the tools that keep your voice strong and your heart peaceful. The first phrase is, "That is a fair point." Use it when someone makes a strong argument. Instead of rushing to defend yourself, pause and say it slowly. That is a fair point. It shows respect and maturity. It gives you a few seconds to think. And most of all, it tells the other person you are calm enough to listen. In meetings, this simple sentence can change the air in the room. The second phrase is, "I see what you mean." These 5 words can turn an argument into a conversation. When you say them, you build a bridge. You are not saying the other person is right. You are saying, I hear you. I understand your logic. After that, you can gently add your view. For example, I see what you mean, but there is another angle we could explore. The third phrase is, let us look at it another way. This phrase helps you redirect a conversation that is going nowhere. It sounds diplomatic and smart. Imagine you are in a debate and the other person is repeating the same point. You can step in with, let us look at it another way. Suddenly, the tension drops and the focus moves to ideas, not egos. These 3 phrases are simple but powerful. They protect your calm and raise your confidence. Use them, and people will notice the difference. You will not sound defensive or emotional. You will sound steady, curious, and kind. And that is the secret of real communication. Let me tell you about a day when I truly learned what these phrases can do. It was during a meeting with my manager in New York. We were discussing a marketing plan, and I was sure my idea was perfect. I spoke quickly, passionately, and maybe a little too loudly. Halfway through, he stopped me. His tone was calm, but his eyes said I had missed something big. My stomach turned cold. For a second, I wanted to argue. I wanted to protect my pride. But then I remembered the phrase, you might be right. I took a breath and said, you might be right, but can we check the numbers together? The whole room went silent. Then he nodded. We opened the file, and yes, he was right. I was wrong. But here is what surprised me. He did not look down on me. He thanked me for being calm and professional. That day, I learned that confidence is not in the loud voice. It is in the steady one. The next phrase is, I may be wrong, but here is how I see it. This sentence is a gift for anyone who struggles with shyness. It allows you to share your opinion without fear. It tells people you are open-minded, not afraid to be human. You are not claiming perfection. You are offering perspective. When you speak like this, arguments stop being wars. They become conversations. Your words stop defending your ego. They start building understanding. If you could change one habit in how you argue, what would it be? Would you talk slower? Would you listen more? Or would you choose silence when your heart feels tired? Think about it, because sometimes the smallest phrase can save the biggest relationship. Winning an argument is not about being right. It is about staying kind. Every time you speak, you have 2 choices. You can use words to build walls, or you can use them to build bridges. The words we have learned today are bridges. When you say that is a fair point, you open space for peace. When you say, I see what you mean, you invite trust. When you say you might be right, you let humility become your strength. These are not tricks. They are acts of wisdom. Language is powerful, but only when guided by calm. When you speak softly, people lean in. When you speak with respect, people listen longer. The sound of calm is stronger than the sound of anger. I want you to remember one simple truth. Arguing is temporary. Connection is permanent. Every time you choose peace over pride, your English becomes more beautiful, not because it is perfect, but because it is human. So next time your heart races in a debate, smile, breathe, and say something gentle, because the real victory is not in the last word. It is in the last feeling you leave behind. You have learned 5 powerful phrases today, but the real lesson is something deeper. You do not need perfect grammar to sound strong. You just need calm words and a steady tone. Think about the last time you argued. Did you speak to prove you were right? Or did you speak to be understood? The next time that moment comes, take a breath before you speak. Choose words that bring peace, not pressure. Winning in English is not about raising your voice. It is about raising your calm, because when you control your tone, you control the room. When you speak with kindness, you always win. At this moment, you stand between comfort and growth. Which path will you take? If this video gave you something useful, share it with someone who argues too much. Maybe it will help them listen a little more and shout a little less. And subscribe so we can keep learning together, one calm conversation at a time.